Welcome. Welcome to today's video. Today we're talking about allowing yourself to live your story and others to live theirs. I came across this topic because on my recent coaching call collab we have with the great soul, we talk about how it can drain us a lot, my point of view on this is that we waste a lot of our energy on explaining ourselves to others and defending ourselves, and just like actually we interfere. And this is where we interfere with the flow, and I talk about this a lot, that there is some form of resistance, and that is something that drains us in a comparison with situations where we do just what we want to do, where we live ourselves, when we create from the flow of I just want to create right now. It's aligned with me, and in that state it gives me the energy back. It gives me the return of what I'm giving. But if we are constantly interfering with life, then we can't manifest good things for us. We can't manifest more. We can't experience living what we want to live, because at the end of the day it's about the emotions that we want to live. And so we do interfere with others, and usually it's going to be the closest people around us. We do interfere with their story. We often try to save them. We try to take over their responsibility, but every one of us is responsible of living our own life, and that's it. We don't have more power here. We don't have the power to fulfill other people's needs or their expectations, um, or make them feel a certain emotion. We can't even make them happy. We can't make them sad. We can't disappoint them. We can't make them proud. That's their own thing. And we often think we have this power. We interfere with life so much because we believe we have that power. We have that power to take care of someone. We have that power to allow them to experience some emotions, but the way they experience life, it's only up to them. That's only in their hands. And how they're experiencing and what their beliefs are, that's up to them. And so, especially when we're talking about previous generations, our ancestral line, if you actually observe on how you react and how you talk to, and what the story is in terms of your family, your surroundings right now, or what the stories in the ancestral lineage are, then often you will see you're constantly trying to change someone, to you're expecting from them to give you something. And always at the end of the day it's going to be attention, which we only can give to ourselves, but we constantly tire ourselves because we're expecting it from others. We're expecting others to understand. We're expecting others to change. We're expecting others to change their beliefs. And we even want, which also we don't have this force, we want others, for example, not to suffer. Okay, because on the self-healing series, on the management of pain, and I talk a lot about physical chronic pain, and one of the core beliefs is we interfere in terms of we create pain for ourselves, because one of the core beliefs behind this is we want to take over the load of the pain of others. We believe that if they have suffered, we must also suffer, or if they're suffering, we must suffer. So we make ourselves suffer. But with us suffering, if we suffer, if we experience pain, we're never gonna make the pain smaller for someone else. We just don't have that power. If you're suffering within yourself, you're not going to be able to help anyone. If you're experiencing horribleness and if you're at a bad state constantly, if you're constantly experiencing low points, that's not gonna save anyone else. That's not gonna make anyone else suffer less. But yet we recreate the pain. We recreate self-punishment. We recreate these patterns because the belief behind it is that we must. Okay, if someone, and it's sourced in love, obviously, because we want others to be more free, we want them to experience more, but it's not our place. It's not our place to interfere with their story, with their beliefs, because they are doing the best they can at all times, and probably maybe even they're living their best right now. They're doing their best, and they think that how their reality is right now is the best for them compared to maybe what it was. But if we come in and judging from our perspective, from our point of view, we want them to have it differently. We want to interfere, we do interfere with their story because we think that we need to save them, that we need to enlighten them, we need to change their beliefs because we see them as suffering. But if you see others that are suffering, you see only yourself inside them. You are suffering if you see others suffering. Only by changing if you're suffering or not, by changing your feelings, by changing what you're experiencing here, by allowing yourself to be happy, by allowing yourself to feel relief, only then you will see the relief in others. It will resonate into others. But we constantly think it's going to be from changing others that then we'll be happy. After we've completed this, after we've put ourselves second, after we've accommodated others' needs, others' expectations, others' whatever there is, then we'll feel good. Then we'll feel successful. Then we'll feel the feeling we actually want to feel right now, but we'll only feel it then. But that again is another form of separation, and separation creates the pain. Separation creates the low points of being lost and not knowing and not understanding why am I feeling what I'm feeling, right? But this is interfering not only with your story, because you're telling your story. It's up to you what you're going to experience. No one has the power over it. No one has the power over if you're experiencing pain or joy or happiness or relief or all of it together. What you're going to experience is up to you, and that is your responsibility. But what others feel and how they want to experience life, even if they want to suffer, that's their choice. And recuperating our own energy, coming back to ourselves and feeling better, actually, is only going to come from that alignment of coming back to yourself and allowing others to live their story they want to live it, even with their limiting beliefs, allowing them to have their limiting beliefs, allowing them to be unhappy, allowing them to be unsuccessful and regretful and in pain. Because it's not our place to interfere. And you will see that whenever you're interfering, then it comes back to you multiplied, and it usually comes as more unease, more drama, more uncomfortableness. Because you're often, if you're going to interfere, and you can see this if someone was interfering with you and wanted, basically forced you to do something. Because your belief is a certain way, but if someone is interfering with it, as we are with others, we interfere. We want to convince them of our truth. We want to show them our perspective but still forcing them and expecting them to change according to that and to act upon that, upon what we're doing, what we're telling them, then we are interfering and it multiplies into more uncomfortableness. So, whatever the intention is behind it, the honest one, not the one we think. Because thinking we can change someone is the form of the ego. Thinking we can interfere or decide for someone or even fulfill others' expectations is from the point of the ego. But allowing is from the point of trust, is from the point of ease. I allow you to feel bad, to feel whatever you want in the spectrum. And the same way, I allow myself to feel things I didn't know I could feel and to deal with what I'm feeling right now, to be there for what I'm feeling right now. That is allowing. That is what recuperates the energy. That is what fuels us back instead of draining us constantly. Is the allowing of myself living my story, telling my story whatever I want it to be, and allowing others to live their own story, allowing them to talk about what they have been experiencing when they were younger and not interfering with that is allowing them to relive that moment, to relive those emotions. And this can help us to see it with more ease, to see it with not from the point of view of the ego, which the ego feels attacked constantly. The ego feels bored and annoyed. Why is this person telling me this for the 100th time? Why is this person constantly telling me this? It has nothing to do with you if it isn't for you. If it's triggering you, then it's your trigger you need to deal with and you need to understand. But the way they're telling their story, it's about them. And whatever you think they're expecting from you, it's you expecting it from yourself. So always imagine the mirror, but allowing them to understand them, to feel compassion for them, that is whatever they're saying, they're talking about themselves, they're reliving their own life story, or they're living it right now. They're allowing those emotions they have experienced in that situation to relive them and refill them again. And that is not interfering, and that is a big part of basically managing our own pain, dealing with it, understanding that it doesn't have to be there. We don't have to interfere. We don't have to interfere with life. And the interference is the unease, the tension that creates the pain. But we don't have to interfere as much as this time invites us to do so. Alright, so this is it for today's video. And thank you for watching and thank you for being here. And I'll see you in the next one with a new topic. Have a great day. Bye.